I'm going to take the first train out of here. And when I got on the train, what'd you think I found? A butt. I sure did. I found a sailor and a Marine. They had been on one of them cruise programs in New York. The Marine had run an ironing board. He was taking it back to the camp with him. So he put it in the upper berth. That night when he got ready to go to bed, he was in the upper berth, and over on the other side was a beautiful blonde. Underneath of her was the sailor. Just about that time, he looked over there and he seen this beautiful blonde. He said, "Hey, honey, come on over and have a drink." She said, "Are you kidding, brother? You think I'm gonna walk down these steps and then walk up them steps just for a drink?" He said, "No, baby, I got something over here you can walk over on." The sailor said, "How in the hell is she gonna get back, Superman?" And right up in the next berth, there was a bald-headed sailor with a toupee on. He had on a toupee. He had an upper berth. There was a couple in the lower berth. Getting in his upper berth, he bumped his head and his toupee fell in the lower berth. Instead of him calling the porter and said, "Porter, will you please come and get my toupee out of that berth down there?" No, he was up there feeling around down there. Feeling around. Pretty soon he heard a little feminine voice. "That's it, honey, that's it. You got it, you got it, you got it." He said, "Hell no, lady, mine parted on the side." Oh, I'm telling you, I had a terrible time. When we got into the station, there was a lady standing over there with one of them $5,000 mink coats on. Here's a lady standing over there with her husband. She looked over at this woman. She says, "Honey, I got to have one of them coats." He said, "No, baby, I'm a poor man. I can't buy a coat like that." She said, "Oh, yes, I got to have that coat." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what you do. You show me you got as much hair on your chest as I have on mine, and I'll buy you one of them coats." He opened up his chest. She said, "Oh, shucks." She rests down. He said, "Honey, that ain't your chest." She said, "Oh, yes, it is. Before I married you, it was my hope chest. If I don't get that damn coat, it's gonna be a community chest." Oh, what a time I had coming out here. And then I said, "I'm gonna get out of this coach." I walked up in the next coach, and there was a guy sitting over there, that late Dr. Kenzie, the one who wrote that famous book, Sex After Death, or Who Got Laid in the Coffin. All them doctors is a mess. I know you read about the one that went to Copenhagen and won the Nobel Prize. Christine, the guy that went abroad and come back abroad. Went over George and come back Christine. Somebody put the snatch on him over there. Oh, boy, I'm telling you, but I made my way. I went on to Taiwan, and when I got there, boy, what a ball I had. God, dog. Boy, I walked out on the stage, and everybody thought I was going to do a striptease act. All of them sailors come on and say, take it off, show me something, I want to see something." I said, "Now, ain't this something? I know they've been to Guam, Philippines, Hawaii, Okinawa, all them different islands. Yeah, they go to Honolulu, lay on the beach with the Waikiki girls. Reach over with one hand and get a pineapple, reach over with the other one and get a handful of nuts." He said, "Come on, Hattie, and show me something." I said, "Well, honey, I know you've been to a lot of islands, but you ain't seen a damn thing until I take it off. When I take it off, you're going to see Catalina close up with Grand Canyon right down the damn center." said no. They say, oh, come on and take it off. I want to see something. I said, brother, I'm going to tell you like the hurricane told the coconut tree. Hold on to your nuts, big boy. This ain't no ordinary blowjob. Oh, that Tijuana is something else. Oh, that Tijuana is something else. But them sailors and Marines, they got it on the ball. Boy, there was a sailor walking down the streets. One of the little sailoritas over on the other side said, hey, sailor, come over here. I want to give you something you never had before. He says, hell, I don't want no cancer. La chinga. Oh, boy, but that Tijuana is something else. You know, when I got off the stage, I went over in the hotel and sitting in the lobby. Here come a Marine, come running down the steps. Here come a sailor walking in the door. He looked up. He said, hey, man, what the devil you doing down here so early? He said, man, I got a chick upstairs, got a wooden leg, got the damn thing apart and can't get it back together. Sailor said, hell, I got a chick upstairs, got both legs apart, and I done forgot the room number. Boy, I'm telling you, they are something else. One sailor said, when I get out of this service, I'm gonna buy me a ranch. He said, look at me. I ain't got no wife. I ain't got nothing, no physique, no nothing. So when he got out, he bought himself a ranch. He had a lot of money. He went out, got him a lot of cattle and everything. He went out, so one day he says, well, I guess I'll go out across the field. Put his gun on and got on one of his old horses, rode out across the field, and he was riding along. He looked down, he saw a big green snake. He pulled out his gun to kill the snake. Snake said, oh, mister, please, don't kill me. If you don't kill me, I'll give you 3 guesses. He says, and you, sailor, he says, well, look here, damned if you ain't a talking snake. He said, well, what would you have? He says, I wished I had a face like Clark Gable, a physique like Victor Mature, and I want to be built like my stud. The next morning he went home, and the next morning he got up, thought about what the snake said. He ran to the glass and he looked in the glass. He had a face like Clark Gable. He had a physique like Victor Mature. He looked down, he said, God, dog, I forgot I was riding old Maud yesterday. Well, I tell you, that Tijuana is something else, boy, I'm telling you. So I left Tijuana and I come back to Los Angeles. I got into Los Angeles and I went in the hotel and got me a room. The first thing I heard, somebody hollered down to the clerk and said, hey, clerk, I got a leak in my bathtub. He said, hell, go ahead, everybody else do. Then the next word I heard, a guy come up there, you know about Hattie Noel. Did you ever take it? You did? Isn't that wonderful? She took Hattie Noel. This guy wanted some Hattie Noel. Called down to the clerk and said, hey, clerk. Clerk said, what do you have? He says, I want a bottle of Hattie Noel, a stick of wood, a fiddle, and a brown-skinned gal. He said, what are you going to do with all that? He says, I got everything, but what are you going to do with the brown-skinned gal? He said, well, when I get through taking Hattie Noel, I don't know whether I want a whittle, fiddle, or diddle. Now, little Johnny, next door was a dandy. He was handy with his tools. Everybody wondered where he picked it up. You know, girls, that cat didn't even go to trade school. But when it come to screws, nuts, Oh, he's the best you ever seen. He took an old, broken down automobile and made himself a racing machine. Everybody's crazy about Johnny's hot rod. He's got the hottest rod in town. Girls, I'm so happy about my baby's hot rod. Ah, because it's famous for miles around. Now, the only thing that's wrong with Johnny's racing machine, he's got to use Vaseline when he want to get his transmission greased. Don't you know I'm simply wild about my baby's hot rod? He's got the hottest rod in town. Hey, now, Johnny, take it easy now. Take it easy, Johnny. Stay right over here. I know you got a good steering wheel, but I want you to hold it right where you got it, right in this lane here. Now, look, be careful now. If you get in one of them trenches, you're going to blow a fuse. Be careful, I told you, Johnny. Hold on, man. Now, look what you did. Now, last night he rode a big fat gal by the name of Mary Biddle. Now, all this little hot rod do is just bend in the middle. Yes, I'm still crazy about his hot rod. He's got the hottest rod in town. Now, girls, don't worry if you want a good ride. All you got to do is just get in Johnny's hot rod, because he sure knows how to handle that steering wheel. Oh, yes, he's got a good motor. It runs all right. It's perfect. His carburetor never gets flooded. It keeps in good order. What are you talking about? You know, I told him if you don't quit riding all these little old skinny gals about, you're going to wake up one of these mornings and find you done wore that damn thing out. Well, I'm simply wild about my baby's hot rod. Well, he's got the hottest rod in town. Girls, come on over to my house. Get acquainted with Johnny. You'll be all right, I'm telling you. He can really fix you out. I mean that. You tell me about, I might be a little bit old, but that don't make no difference. I can still do some of the things that you young chicks can do. He said, baby, you may be getting old and kind of long in years. I said, yeah, Johnny, but I can still climb a hill, Daddy, without shifting my gears. Well, I'm simply wild about Johnny's hot rod. He's got the hottest rod in town. Now, girls, I'm simply wild about my baby's hot rod. He's got the hottest rod in town. Well, I'll tell you, girls, that cat sure knows what to do when it comes to driving a car. I mean that. Just look at me, let me tell you. What he put the key in the ignition, steps on the gas, start to making them little funny curves. That's your yes, yes, yes. Well, I'm simply wild. How about Johnny's hot rod? He's got the hottest rod in town. I mean, baby, Johnny's got the hottest rod in town.